God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Be still and know that I am God. These words are pretty foundational in our Christian tradition for many of us, right? Psalm 46 is often recalled during struggles or loss. The opening words can bring comfort and a reminder of God's presence in all that we face. The words, "Be still and know that I am God," have encouraged many of us to stop, to pause, to take a deep breath and recognize that our God, in all the mystery and uncertainty and craziness we might be in the middle of, God is still God. And we lean on these words to help calm us and leave room for stillness and direction. But Selah, this word that shows up 3 times in this passage and 74 times in the Bible in total, mostly in the Psalms, is not one we give much attention to. Selah. I'm not sure that I have ever even noticed it before recently. I think one of the reasons this might be the case is because no one truly knows its meaning. There are lots of theories out there. Since the Psalms are meant to be sung and often sung with music, playing, maybe Selah is a note for the singer, the musician, maybe a note of accent or a change of speed, maybe a rest, or even a clash of cymbals, some believe. Or maybe it's a place for a musical interlude. Maybe Selah is meant as an amen, meaning it is so, or so be it, after a word of truth or encouragement. Maybe it's a form of underlining in preparation for what is to come in the next paragraph, saying, hey, look out, something big, something meaningful, something deep is coming. Selah. One of the possible meanings that has brought much significance to me, and what I would like to lean on this morning, is Selah meaning to pause, to listen, to consider, and to take in. What a much needed word for us in this moment, Selah. A reminder to pause, to listen, to take in, to consider. We are at such an interesting point in the life of this pandemic that we are facing, right? When it first hit, things moved fast. We sprung into action. We reacted to all the closings and restrictions, hoped that it would be over soon, as we watched our state take quick control over the increasing numbers in our area. But now here we are with COVID numbers on the rise, right? After we have tried to safely reopen. We have such division around practices and beliefs around our own responsibilities, and we are not sure what this next week will bring. It is so easy in moments like this to just react without thinking, to respond quickly in fear or frustration or anger, to keep moving throughout our day without pausing to consider the moment we find ourselves in. Selah. But today, all of you who have chosen to be here today, and for those who will be watching this from home, I encourage you to take in this word, Selah. I invite you to pause, listen to what your mind and body and spirit are saying. Remember to breathe. Listen and take in and consider all that those around you are experiencing and sharing and feeling. And remember to breathe. Pause and listen and look to see where God is in this moment, Take in and consider what God is saying right here, right now, and where God is calling you next. Today is our first Sunday back together, and even in this place, we are filled with some mixed emotions and opinions as in out in the world. I imagined our first time back in this place or in the sanctuary to be just this jubilant dancing and singing event when we first chose to go virtual. But this morning, in this moment, Selah seems more appropriate. Pause. Listen to your mind and body and spirit and breathe. Listen and take in and consider all that those around you are experiencing and sharing and feeling. Breathe. Pause and listen and look to see where God is right here, right now, and where God is calling you next. When we look out into our streets and into our communities, we see so much unrest and hurt and pain as we as a country continue the horrific debate around who truly and really matters. So divided are we that so many struggle to even utter the words, Black Lives Matter, let alone live in a way that truly values all lives, all bearing the beautiful image of God. Selah. Pause. Listen to your mind and body and spirit. Breathe. Listen and take in and consider all that those around you are experiencing and sharing and feeling. And breathe. Pause and listen and look to see where God is in this moment. Take in and consider what God is saying right here, right now, and where God is calling you next. And this weekend, as we celebrate our country's independence, Selah. Pause and listen to your mind and spirit as you consider our country's independence. Listen and take in and consider all those that are around you are experiencing and sharing and feeling when considering their independence. Pause and listen and look to see where God is in this moment and where God is leading us as a country next. And I know that many of us gathered here today are in the middle of personal storms, health complications or family struggles, financial struggles, inner wars over self-worth and love. Selah. Let us all pause and listen to our body, to our mind, to our spirit, and breathe. Listen and take in and consider all those around you, what they're experiencing and sharing and feeling. Pause and listen and look to see where God is in this moment. Take in and consider what God is saying and where God is calling you next. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present time and our help in times of struggle. Be still and know that God is God. Selah. I'm thankful for church, for this church community, because every time we gather, we have the ability, the opportunity to create space for Selah. Together we have the opportunity to create space for all that we carry with us. We have the opportunity to listen to one another with grace and love and forgiveness. We have the opportunity to hold space for all people in all our beautiful diversity. We have the opportunity to hold each other's burdens, even if just for a moment, to give rest and offer comfort. We have the opportunity to make right that which was done wrong, to bring justice into our communities and into our world, to make this place a reflection of God's kingdom, where all are loved and valued and lifted up. But all of this is so incredibly hard to do if we do not take time for Selah, if we don't take time to pause, to listen to each other and to God, to take it all in and to consider. As we pause here in this community on this day, may we listen for God's voice and spirit. May we be vulnerable enough to take in the Spirit of God. And may it move us back into this world, back into our communities, to better face this pandemic, to better face the unrest in our country, to better face the struggles in our own lives with grace and with love and with understanding. Selah. Amen.